in some ways it's unrecognisable because it's so much shinier and newer, and the facilities are amazing, I think, compared to what we had. But the fundamentals of it actually are very familiar. Looking at the pictures of the labs and things, they still look very familiar to me.
The staircases are the same. Some of the doors are the same. Even the sign on the lab where I used to be 303 is still, the plate 303 is still the same as it was 30 years ago. But a lot has changed. I think I would be totally lost if I was left on my terms going through.
What is very interesting is some of the new labs, some of the scales that we are now working with. We seem to have gone down the scale in some of the very sort of small, almost molecular engineering. And it's great to see how that's evolving from not only a research perspective, but also from a teaching perspective as well.
It was nice going back to see how things had evolved a bit. The labs got bigger, there's been more equipment, and seeing old colleagues, old faces, old lecturers as well, professors, it was quite nice catching up with people. So I'm really happy and pleased that I'm a part of this celebration.
Department was small. I think a total of 100 to 120 students between the 3 years. Like I said, our class was 35. And I think between the 3 classes there were only 2 female students. So very different today. And not multinational as it is today.
I was lucky to be part of a biggish research group. So there was a very good communal feeling within that research group. And I think that's one of the things you get out of doing research in a group. You collaborate, and at the end of the day, research is overwhelmingly about collaboration, I think.
You were given a tutor, and John was my tutor, and it turned out John had done his undergraduate and PhD here at UCL, and had just started as a staff member the year before. I remember his small corner office and going there and sitting down. There was 4 of us that would sit and we would talk to him. Our tutorials were not formal. We would meet with him at least once a week, but if we were having trouble with a certain set of materials in a course, he would tell us who to go talk with if he could help. And we had a very pleasant and open relationship.
Being extremely scared meeting Professor Yates for the first time. I remember that, having some really interesting conversations in my second year with Professor Alan Jones in deciding my research project in crystallization is something I vividly remember. And then there are some very interesting experiences with David Bogle that I remember in terms of working in a team when we were doing our design projects. Some of those are a little embarrassing, so I'm not going to talk through the details of them here.
The most fond memories are not about chemical engineering. They're about being part of UCL. And I think that was the most important thing for me, certainly as an undergraduate. The possibility, the opportunity to mix with so many people, students primarily, from a wide range of disciplines. So that helped me in all sorts of ways. Most fundamentally, my then girlfriend, who was reading history, is now my wife. So that was central, of course, to when I was a student.
It was quite an experience that I will definitely not forget. So yeah, it's been a pleasure.